Did y'all know that Rick Ross is about to invest in his business?
Who's he?
Oh shoot, he's black, he's Taqee, it's Taqee Bond, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, founder and president. Oh, what's the move? NYC.com. Yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I thank all of y'all for coming out. This is actually my very first panel. I've thrown events before, I've never actually thrown a panel, so this is very special to me and I'm happy that y'all are sharing it with me. As you already know, the event is called Black Tech Matters, which is a Tech 101 panel. We're going to be discussing the basics of tech, the tech industry. I wanted to do this panel because being someone who is fresh, taking fresh steps into the tech industry, I'm learning a lot, and one thing I learned is that it's not easy for people like myself, and when I say people like myself, I mean people from the hood, people from projects in the Bronx. We don't see tech or see the tech industry the same way a young black man that went to MIT or Stanford would. It's not taught the same, and when we look at it, it's not as appealing. I wanted to make tech something that's appealing to people like us. So I wanted to present it in a way that we understand. What would you guys say is the biggest reason why there's a diversity issue?
I think that a lot of the problem rests with the companies themselves, just as far as their approach to it. I mean, I think if you ask the companies, they'll probably talk about a pipeline problem and there not being enough people with the proper skills. I don't think that that's necessarily true.
There's a lack of, I think in general, not just people of color, especially not just black people, but in general, there are not enough people with like CS degrees and like that background, right? So I think we can say like there is kind of a pipeline problem, and then when we think about, I think if I can ask everyone in this room, like how many of you like learned any type of like coding in school? Probably not many. So I think when we think about the communities that people of color, specifically black people, come from, a lot of us, we can say that a lot of us weren't taught those things growing up.
When we think about increasing diversity in tech, we want to make sure that the minorities are also having a prime seat at the table so that they can help provide opportunities for others.
What up, y'all? I'm Taqee Bond. I am the founder and CEO of What's the Move NYC, the mobile app available in the App Store and in Google Play. It lets you know about parties, events, happy hours, restaurants, everything going on in the city. You can find out through What's the Move NYC. So I started What's the Move as a brand 4 years ago, and we started out just sending email newsletters to people, just letting people know where the parties and events were happening over the weekend. But as we started to grow, I'm like, okay, we gotta fill in more of a void, so we developed a website. So now the website served as a hub for everything going on in the city. But then I started to realize that people aren't necessarily on websites. It's 2018, around the time, it's like 2016, 2017. Nobody's on websites like that. So we started going crazy on social media, posting like 100 events a day, trying to just be that liaison and make sure that people are getting this information. After a while, you know, we came to the conclusion that like, you know, instead of using somebody else's platform, we can create our own. So we developed the What's the Move NYC app, and I started developing that in, I want to say August of last year, and we launched in March of this year. So today we did my first ever Black Tech Matters panel, where we were just discussing the basics of technology and getting people interested in technology. I chose the panelists we had because, well, one, JQ, I've known her for years, and you know, she's always been working for Uber, and I just knew that she'd be a good addition to, being that she's working at one of the biggest tech companies in the world. Moye, it was really dope. I met him through Instagram, and I just saw that he had an app. He's a black man with an app, so I reached out like, listen, I'm a black man with an app too. I'd love for you to speak on this panel, and more so, I wanted him to come because I learned so much from him. So I wanted him to come so that I can learn from him and stuff like that. And our last panelist, the lovely Renee, I met her through Twitter as well. I just started reaching out to people like, hey, listen, I need black women in tech, and people were throwing me her @ name, so I reached out to her, asked if she'd be interested, and luckily she was with it. And I'm glad that I pieced together that team. I'm glad that everybody got something good from it, and I'm glad that I'm able to do it again. I hope people learn that, one, you don't need to know how to code to get into tech, and I hope people learn that it's possible for all of us. We can all get invested in this industry. We can all profit off of this industry, and we just have to educate ourselves and find out the information. All the information is out there. I love that, even while the event's over, I'm walking around talking to people, and a lot of people are like, yo, you sparked this idea, or you put me in contact with this person that I need to talk to, and that was the initial plan. That's all I wanted to do, was spark that idea, make people feel a little bit more comfortable about their knowledge with tech, so that they can go home and research it on their own, and of course put good people in the room so that people could connect to and learn to work with in the future. If you would have told me 10 years ago that I was gonna make an app, I would have asked you what the hell is an app. So right now I'm learning that my possibilities are endless, and I can do whatever I put my mind to. Like I tell people all the time, I feel like I'm breathing fire, and it's just a testament to how powerful I feel while doing this. And there's so much power in learning, there's so much power in getting into new industries, and you just have to feel powerful yourself and go for it. So that's all I'm doing. I just feel good about myself. I feel powerful, and I feel like there's nothing that can stop me.